Here's a look back at the most recent wave in the Vintage Collection line. Here it is, all the figures in the newest wave of TVC together. Now, we've taken an individual look at each of these figures here on the channel, but now we're going to go over this wave as a whole. And I think that this wave is awesome. It's one of the best TVC waves that we've gotten, and that's something I've been finding myself thinking more and more as we get new waves. So I've got a lot of good things to say about this wave. Before we jump into those, I am going to get some of my criticisms out of the way first. Most of my criticisms have to do with the Yoda figure. Now, I talked about this a lot in the specific review for that figure, but what really brings the quality of this Yoda down from the rest of the figures in the wave is the fact that it's reusing an older mold with very limited articulation. The articulation on all of the other figures this wave is really solid, but on Yoda we only have swivel arms and swivel legs. That's not something that I want to be seeing anymore on modern figures. We should be way past that point, and it seems like on a lot of the newly sculpted figures we are way past that point. So it really sucks that this chance to get a definitive Empire Strikes Back Yoda was taken up by a reused mold. Now, the head sculpt on that Yoda is still amazing. It's right up there in quality with the rest of this wave and the rest of TVC as we've been seeing recently, and I'm happy that I can say that about the whole wave. Each figure that has a head sculpt has a great one, even down to the 501st Trooper, whose helmet is going to be on most of the time. If you want to take it off, you have a really good clone face underneath. While we're talking about the 501st Trooper, I just want to say how good it is to finally get the chance to army build these guys. They're finally on shelves again, available to order through online retailers again, and it's really nice not having to pay ridiculous aftermarket prices to get a good TVC 501st Trooper. The Death Watch Mandalorian is also a really solid army builder opportunity in this wave. Now, I don't personally have the desire to army build these guys, but I would totally understand anyone who does. It is a great mold, and that new Mandalorian helmet sculpt that we saw on the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett continues to look amazing. I'm glad that they updated it with a posable rangefinder, and I hope that we see that continue on Mandalorian helmets. Speaking of The Mandalorian, we finally got an Ahsoka from The Mandalorian. It took long enough, but I'm glad that we got her in before her show comes out, and I'm also glad that the figure we got is so good. Once again, the face sculpt here is awesome. The paint all around the figure is amazing, not only on the outfit, but also on the face and on the Leku. The articulation is a standout on this one, and you can really get her into some great poses. Capping off the wave, we have Fennec Shand, who, again, is a really solid figure. I'm kinda glad to see them experimenting more with swappable heads instead of removable helmets. That allows for better helmet molds that can be more accurately sized, and what they did with the ponytail accessory as well, having it swappable from headpiece to helmet piece, is really good. The soft goods on this figure are really amazing as well. They only used it sparingly, which I like to see. Sometimes too much soft goods can look a little too bulky. I feel like they almost got there with Yoda pushing that line, but on Fennec, they look great. So, overall, this wave is really good. If you want to check out any of the individual reviews of these figures, links will be in the description, and a link to my entire TVC figure review playlist will also be down there. For a look at more figures, vehicles, and playsets from across the Star Wars lines, be sure to check out the Jedi Collector on Instagram. Link will be in the description.